Good afternoon, good evening, good morning to everybody out there. Jason here at Signature Esports, and it is a pleasure to have you here for a little countdown to Grapes for Memorial Day. Home of dirt racing on Thursday nights, courtesy of the Geomax Dirt Series with Chop Chop Racing. We are getting ready to go do it. We're at Knoxville Raceway. We're going to run the super lates tonight. Qualifying just finished up. And drivers are loading in for the first of the heats, and we're going to have 10-lap heats, a 12-lap B main, 40-lap feature, and it's going to be awesome to see half-miler here with the bull ring. That's what this track is known for. That center bull ring is massive. Connor Hazel's going to be your pole sitter. Falcon Smith, your outside pole sitter. We'll see Keegan Brown, Justin Brown at road number 2. Nick Klosterman and Wesley Straight are going to be out there at road number 3. A little smaller field tonight, probably because of the holidays that are going on. Penguin and I were just talking about that. These cars are kind of locked in. Good to see you all out there. Thank you all for the likes and all that. Klosterman Engraving Design, a part of the Chop Shop fam. We appreciate Geomax, a geotechnical drilling soil sampling solution company there in Sanger, Texas. Make sure you find them on social media and give them some love. Good evening to Dan. Thank you, sir. Mr. Van Ness, thank you for the like. Jade Sheehan, give us a like as well. Colby, thank you very much. I appreciate you all. Budgie, how are you doing tonight? We appreciate you, dear. Penguin's your race controller tonight. He's going to be doing the ins and outs side by side with us as well. Motherboard of the PC broke, so it's off to the doctor to get fixed. Ethan Wolf, no! RB, is it Friday yet? I know, right? I know. Friday tomorrow. I ain't got no racing tomorrow. I don't have any racing tomorrow. I don't have any racing Saturday. We got the Signature Series, the Sunday Series on Sunday morning, and that's it. And no racing on Monday. Thank you for the 100 biddies, dear. I appreciate you. Thank you for...
SO401 sent 100 bits.
Probably not a great time to be sending bits, because we just got live. Jeez, oh, Pete. No, I'm totally kidding. Thank you, dear. I appreciate you.
SO401 sent 100 bits.
I gotta mute. I gotta mute our guy. We gotta mute Brian. We got racing to go do. All right, we're green. Knoxville up and running. Connor Hazel to the outside. Falcon Smith to the inside. Justin Brown with a big run here as they go. We'll see if the sliders will work. 34. Oh, baby. Falcon Smith way up to the inside. We'll have Justin Brown try to make it happen. Dirty slider from Justin Brown. Catches the 27 off guard. He sent down to the bottom hoping it would stick. Nine to go. Justin Brown, Keegan Brown, Connor Hazel back to third. Nick Klosterman up 1. Falcon Smith with some right side damage as well. Heavy right side damage. Wesley Straight just behind. Justin Brown with a 17.05. Didn't have the qualifying effort that he needed. Connor Hazel trying to run back forward. 5.55 from Brown. Justin Brown half second now. The gap to Keegan Brown. Connor Hazel in third. Nick Klosterman in fourth. Justin Brown trying to pull off and make some things happen here. Brown, Keegan Brown. Again, 0.6 of a second. Justin Brown must really want this. All right, now Connor Hazel just ran the fastest lap of the race, 17 flat. He's going to have to extend. Nick Klosterman sends it there, gets on the berm of the bull ring, up to the outside. Justin Brown trying to extend. Keegan Brown in tow. Connor Hazel still back in. Big racetrack. He will drop down to the bottom side, try to take the advantage here. Keegan Brown defending the outside lane. .27 of Hazel. So I can still hear the alerts going off in my ear. Sorry, folks. It's the beginning of the race, and while I appreciate it, this time it was just bad timing. Thank you for the gifted sub. I appreciate it. Thank you for... I can't even tell you how many bits that was. Thank you, dear. I appreciate it. Ethan Wolf, thank you for the like. Stephen Laskowski, thank you for the like. Final lap here. Justin Brown, Keegan Brown, Connor Hazel, your top three. And Justin Brown will come home with victory lane for heat race number 1. I missed all the racing. 17:08 for Falcon Smith on his last lap, just ran a 17:04. His drivers try to work. So Justin Brown made a slider stick and was able to hold on to the end there. Starting grid for heat race number 2. Steven Laskowski is going to be out there on that pole spot with Michael Strickland, Robbie Milburn, Jaden Sheehan at row number 2, Robert Church, Brad Dove at row number 3 as they tick on and tick away. I'm not saying don't send him. I'm saying it was just the timing. The timing couldn't have been more. You asked the other day if it was annoying, and it wasn't annoying. It was distracting. And I love it, and I appreciate it. I appreciate all the support that you and Musk give me. It just took me off guard there for a little bit. So now we're going to get back to it. We'll go to the racing. Thank you for your generosity, though. I absolutely appreciate it 110%. So thank you very much, Nicole. Laskowski, ready to rock and roll. Let's see if it does work. It's good. It's good. Thank you, Budgie, as well. So we'll see how this one will fare out. I'm curious. I'm curious to see how this will be working. Robbie Milburn's got a new paint scheme on. It's a good looking paint scheme. I try my darndest to keep track of what people are wearing. You know. Speaking of what people are wearing, what's Laskowski wearing? I don't know what band's on that t-shirt. Well, there it is. What shirt you wearing? He's wearing a ball cap. That's what Church wears. That's normal. Chop Shop gives us our driver cams. Muscarella Motorsports gives us our cautions. And Lunatic Designs gives you your broadcast and your countdown to green here for this Death Dirt Series. I love this racetrack. It's a tough track to run. And the long run is massive. They do have a fast repair, so it'll be interesting to see if they can make that work. But I'm liking the dynamics. We're going though. We're green. Laskowski with a good start here. 88 to the outside. Robbie Milburn on the bottom. Qualifying set. Trying to make that happen. Jaden Sheehan stretching the outside lane. Laskowski has got to protect the bottom side of the racetrack if he wants it. Milburn on toe. 80 working the outside. 98 will have to try to slide up. 80's going to try to run around the outside early. 98 extra sideways. Can he drive off on the corner? This is where setups matter. I'd like to see them in fixed setups. The only reason why I'd like to see them all in fixed setups is because I think it'll level the playing field when it comes to drivability. You know, each setup is different. 98 to the outside. Everything's built different. And not everybody has the money to spend on it. So it'd be interesting to see. Jaden Sheehan at the bottom. Laskowski to the outside. We see the guys that run the Matt Julicy Speed Shop setups each week, and they dominate in the top 5 every week. But would it be a different scenario if they threw the setup away and try to make things a little playing field? I don't know. That's food for thought. Steve Laskowski sat on pole, had a great qualifying section there, but the race trim right here is not showing up for him. Back to second, but able to hold on. Sheehan to the inside, trying to get around Strickland. Strickland doing everything he can with all his might to stay right behind the 98. An outside lane prevalent here. Sheehan trying to clear for third. Will get up in front of the 88, but has to move up. Robbie Milburn has a full second lead now over Laskowski and Jaden Sheehan. That's the way to go. 3 laps to go. Laskowski, and just planted himself in front of the 98 there. Robbie Milburn will come around and coast around. We'll take the white flag.
He said he hit the low berm.
Oh, he did. Absolutely. It's exactly what we saw. But he sent it down there to do it. White flag waves. 2 to go for, second place for Michael Strickland. Works himself back to second as Jaden Sheehan sent it down across the bull ring and planted it in front of Steven Laskowski. Milburn gets the victory here. Same concept, starting from third or fourth and able to drive around Steven Laskowski with ease in the very early going. Milburn will win the heat. We'll go off to the Consi. And that'll be the day. That's just my 2 cents. The Consi is going to be Nick Klosterman, Brad Dove, Wesley Strait, and Jaden Sheehan. And this will be for a 4-driver 12-lap Consi. That'll be the way it goes. I don't know. It's just what I thought. Just what I thought. I have thoughts. I have opinions. It's part of my job. I like seeing. I know that I love driving open setup races. One, they're a little bit longer too. It just if the vehicle feels a little bit more in tune when setups are done right. I've had bad setups too, but I'll tell you this much: when you keep everything tight, like the fixed races, the racing becomes all about the driver and less about the setup. So, that's just my opinion. I like both sides of the aisle here, both sides of the coin. You guys tell me what you like.
I'm kind of 6 one way, half a dozen the other, because I'm not real good at setups, so I would have to buy one and adjust into it.
That's what.
But I also like fixed because it evens it out for everybody. Everybody's driving the same truck. It is about the driver.
That's why I'm a 50-50.
And it forces you to improve.
Yeah, I'm a 50-50. I like it. I like it both. I like it both ways. I think for leagues, you have a tendency to see drivers that all run. Especially if there's a team out there, which there is. Matt Julicy Speed Shop has the Warrior Racing team. They all run the same setup and they're all fast, right? And so you see who shines in those cars on that setup, and everybody else is kind of left in the dust. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's kind of how it goes. Nick Klosterman out front, Brad Dove in second. Wesley Strait in that bottom side. Jaden Sheehan has to get out of the throttle for Brad Dove there. Sheehan has the setup to win here. All right, they're going to have a little bit longer of a show as SDK does SDK things. Thank you, SDK. You're amazing. RB says he's a fixed setup kind of guy. Yeah, I can see it. I don't. And I like, again, both sides of the aisle. I like open setups. But I'm not one to, I'm not one to sit here and press the issue. Sheehan should be able to drive around the outside here. Wesley Strait in second. Nick Klosterman's going to be up front. And Klosterman runs, I don't know what kind of setup. Bless you. I don't know what Klosterman runs.
Thank you.
As far as setup goes. I know that some of the drivers run the PRS setups, which is a sponsor of Chop Shop. PRS setups has some good oval setups. Their dirt setups, I'm not too familiar with, that's for sure. Wesley Strait.
Neither one of us run dirt.
No, I do.
Dirt, we don't run it.
No, I run dirt. Yeah, I play on the dirt. I just don't do it on stream. I do. I play on the dirt. That's the way it goes.
What time do I have to be ready by on Sunday?
Session goes live at 11 Central, noon Eastern. So lots of time.
Sunday morning, I'll have to get with you to have you help me set up my wheel 'cause it's been so long.
Steven, I transferred. Yes, you did, sir. You did well.
RB Turner, I recognize that name from somewhere.
Yeah, RB's in everything. Last of the 5 children graduates tomorrow. Congratulations, Dan. That's awesome. Congratulations. I also like to stir the pot, folks. I really do.
Why'd you stop at 5? You were halfway to a baseball team.
Hey, shush. We got doubles tennis plus a coach on each side. It's all good.
Yeah, but who plays doubles tennis?
We do. Don't let it fool you. There's an athletic bone in our body. That's right. Floshman 2 to go. Sheehan 2.5 back. Going to keep himself clean. Brad Dove having an issue. Jumps to pit road. With Jay Sheehan at third. Might have to make an adjustment. Final lap. I know he's fast. I mean, he was battling there for third in that second heat. He's got a setup. He's going to be able to do it. Klosterman will come around. He'll win the Consi. Wesley Strait second. Jaden Sheehan third. Yeah, I like to stir the pot, folks. I do. I just put my finger in the coffee cup and just, yeah, that's where the sugar goes. You know, that's what I do. But anywho. Oh, is that? So I have a question for you there, Monsieur. Is that the person that was in the general? Where's it at?
Huh?
In the chat, in the general. Is that Afina? Is that who that is?
Yes.
Okay. All right. You can tell her just to get in and just do the thing. Tell me what breaks.
Huh?
She put in the general. She asked earlier if there's something in this server that she could be testing. I didn't. I haven't been on Discord. I literally picked Cody up. Cody had her last day of school, 5th grade today, and I took a nap. It was an emotional day for me. It starts our season. I'm exhausted. Man. Oh, and I also don't care what people run as far as like in their leagues. I really don't care whether it's open setup or fixed setup. Either way, it's fun to see. The dirt teams are really proud of their setups, though, for sure. But I mean, Matt Julicy Speed Shop is one at a massive amount of races that I've called, not just with Chop Shop Racing, but in money races that we've called, and you just see them out there. They're just fast, so I like to see it. Anywho, they're going to do some warm-ups. We're going to take a small moment to, clear the airways and get ready for a 40-lap feature here at Knoxville. It's going to be awesome. All right, we're ready. I'm ready. They're loading in. Let's do the starting grid here for the feature. Justin Brown's going to be your pole sitter. Robbie Milburn, your outside pole sitter. Keegan Brown's going to be starting inside row number 2 with Michael Strickland. Connor Hazel, Stephen Laskowski in row number 3. Falcon Smith, Robert Church in row number 4. Nick Kloshman, Wesley Strait, Jaden Sheehan, Brad Dove. Sheehan could get the hard charger tonight. That's the Thompson Racing hard charger. The racing's going to be good. It's a bull ring. It's a big racetrack for these cars. I do agree with some of the drivers, though. I'd like to see these cars on some smaller tracks where the racing gets a little bit more slidey. But, that's just my opinion as well. Colby, thank you for the like, sir. How are you doing? It is summer vacation for all these drivers. Isn't that insane? At least I think it's summer vacation. Summer vacation for me. I got the little one. You're going to start seeing a little bit more day streaming as well, folks, because while Cody is out of school and babysitters cost $15 to $20 an hour, we're going to be doing something different. Jason, thank you for the like. Appreciate you. So you're going to see me doing some day streaming as well as maybe some IRL stuff. And we're going to be doing some more things. Justin Brown taking the UL challenge. Going to drop the tail of the field. He wants all those points. If he can get back to the front, which he's very capable of doing, he'll be able to try to make that happen. It'll be fun to see. I do like that. I do like that drivers can choose to do that. There's my opinion. It's my story, and I'm sticking to it. All right. As the words of DW would say, pace truck's in. Full send.
Boogity, boys! Let's go racing!
Yeah, buddy. Fireworks. Let's go.
Blowing stuff up. Making it go boom.
Making it go boom. It only happens in turn 1. It only happens for like 20 seconds. But the fire. Oh, they're still going. It's happening on the back straightaway. Bam, bam, bam. I really do need to set up a camera for the fireworks on this racetrack. I'm adding that to my things to do because that would be awesome. Robbie Milburn looking to the inside. Wesley Strait holding on. Justin Brown up 5 already. Working to the bottom side of the racetrack. A lot of rooster spray happening right in front of him. There's the fireworks. There's a good camera. Let's go.
I'm zoomed out and blimp and I get them.
Yeah, if I do blimp, it's it's not that close. It's a racing blimp. Still want to see the drivers. And the fireworks are still going off. Keegan Brown out front. Robbie Milburn in second. Justin Brown all the way up to 5th already. 17.68, pressing hard. Falcon Smith trying to change the tune. Justin Brown trying to slide early. Well, the track wears out. 17.68, fastest lap of the race. Jaden Sheehan up to 8th already. Trying to be that hard charger. Falcon Smith up 3 as well. Falcon trying to protect. Way outside. Trying to have that short gear drive off as Michael Strickland holds on to 3rd. Stryker did a phenomenal job here. Barely out of the throttle. Just matching pace with these two drivers. Across the slick a little bit. 80 trying to get a run down. See him low line exit. That's the egg shape that you see on this racetrack quite a bit. Massive, massive, massive. And now the 5 of Keegan. Whoa, Keegan Brown, big blink there. Falcon Smith side by side with Justin Brown. Brown up on the outside lane, trying to make it happen. Robbie Milburn looking to the inside of the 555, who had a blink there. Michael Strickland trying to close in that distance, keeping within a quarter second. Justin Brown trying to get the bonus points. Won the heat, but trying to rip the bottom side of this racetrack down. Falcon Smith trying to keep it close as well. Jaden Sheehan up to 6th. There's your hard charger. That'll be an addition there. Thompson Racing giving you all that. And it's an appreciation, right? Slot City from Budgie Bird. Thank you, dear. You know, yeah, some people don't like my opinion. Fireworks are so awesome. I think it. Thanks for the kind words. I was listening to a Bluetooth speaker while gardening. That's awesome. Hey, you know, we got a garden too. Robert Church had an issue. Into the corner. Oh, right in front of Falcon. Falcon nowhere to go. I mean, that was a clean pass. It was a good pass. I mean, he stuck it in. That was a good slider. Now, a great save as well. He does go around. All right. Keegan Brown will be that guy. Oh, baby. It's been a good race so far. Larry, thank you for the like, sir. Y'all are welcome. Y'all are amazing. Ethan says, I wish I was racing. I always managed to do well on the big tracks. Don't sleep on Kego on a half-mile tracks. I think Kego's going to be fine. I think this setup is good for all of them, right? And I think that's what matters. I got to count Nicole's bits on 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, 1,000, 1,100, 1,200, 1,300, 1,400, 1,500. She said 1,500 bits, and she sent them 100 at a time. Thank you, dear. And then she gave she gave out a gifted sub. That's what was happening at the beginning of the stream, and I had my AI bot Brian in the middle of my ear going, "Dead roses or dead rose zero ses or whatever it was, however he says it." Doing just that, and I was like, and it kept going and kept going. It was distracting. It was epic.
Oh, look at that. The Browns at the front.
Yeah.
Oh.
Justin with a slider across. Keegan trying to get a win here. See him door to door into the corner. But I will say that Matt Ulysses Speed Shop drivers, the Warrior Racing drivers, have taken each other out more than any other driver. So that is something to behold. Jaden Sheehan of the 805 to the bottom side. Dan, thank you for the like, sir. They do race each other hard, but Justin Brown, he's just stepping away. Keegan Brown, Robbie Milburn, Jaden Sheehan, Michael Strickland still trying to work the outside. Oh, has to get out of the gas with a 555. Great heads up racing. Is there 3 wide? Falcon Smith on the bottom side. 805 clears out to the 88. Falcon Smith trying to roll back forward. It's a massive undertaking for all of these drivers. It really is.
You know, I just keep thinking, how many tearaways did he pull off of his visor?
I mean,
because when you're in a pack, I mean, I've done some dirt racing, and it's like, it's crazy how much sticks to your visor.
Well, here you go, folks. You're going to start seeing it just like that. Larry, thank you for the like again. Christy, how you doing, dear? Well, according to iRacing, well, there's another one. Thank you for the share, Larry. Appreciate you. Chrissy back for her dirt racing Thursday. Keegan blink into the corner there. Justin Brown, 21 laps to go. There's some globs. Hang it in there. Sweet. Budgie always greeting the fine folks out there in chat. She's amazing. She's amazing. Wesley Strait jumping to pit road. Had an issue. James Sheehan up 6. Keegan Brown having some massive blinks here. Robbie Milburn in second, 1.7 back. Justin Brown pushing out. Budgie is she is modder of the year on Twitch. Yeah, it's a true story.
Now that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Right. 18 laps to go. Brad Dove, 10 on the field behind Steven Leskowski. And Zed Driver Cab on board. There we go. So watch me whip. Watch me. Yeah. I tell you what, he is just he's just flat, full throttle. Maybe a little burp of the throttle getting into the corner, but he's holding on to it. His last lap, 18.63. Here's the difference in sound between Steven Leskowski and Justin Brown. His last lap, 18.38. Out of the throttle, run to the bottom side. Back up, picks back up the throttle on 3 and 4. Oh, into the wall. Robbie Milburn trying to make light of that. There's old Churchy, he's up a spot. Klosterman with some left front damage on his car. Oh, baby. Church drops back to the inside, and he's going to be able to clear the 26. Good little battle with Church here. Church is driving with one hand. He's holding on with his right hand. I don't know if that's the e-brake or what. Church is literally driving on iRacing with one hand. That's awesome. Let's go. Appreciate the driver cams for those fine individuals. Larry, appreciate you again. Justin Brown had to get out of the gas, slowed way up. Robbie Milburn trying to run the higher side of the racetrack. With 10 laps to go, he's put some laps together. 18.24 for Justin Brown last time by. Keegan Brown, 18.34. Jaden Sheehan, 18.40. Falcon Smith holding on to the top 5. Michael Strickland off 2 and 6. Robert Church up 1. Sheehan, your hard charger from the back to the front. Looking ahead, has 0.3 of a second difference between he and Keegan Brown. Sheehan, the fastest driver last time by about a 10th. Just needs to find the race line. Oh, baby, how about Falcon Smith? Changing the lane up. Closing in to the 555. We'll try to get to the rear bumper of the 805. Falcon has closed down that gap. He gets out of the gas to save faith with the 805. Good slider up on the outside. I mean, we're talking about heads up and close racing as Falcon Smith tries to crest. 6 laps to go. Has the tire, I think has the tires to check out here. We'll see if he works the outside lane. 805 closes the door. Falcon Smith gets up in the fluff, man. 5 laps to go. Doing everything he can. 4 to go. Justin Brown with a 3-second lead. Oh, come on, Falcon, hold on to it. Sheehan clears. This is a battle for third. Keegan Brown outstretching the hand here. Falcon Smith just behind. Jaden Sheehan, had the 5.55 underneath him. 34 way up on the outside. Falcon Smith trying to hold on down the back straightaway. Falcon Smith has raced everybody clean here. And the 5.55 will try to slide up, drive off on the bottom. 2 to go. The battle for third is just as interesting. Justin Brown will come around, try to get the bonus points for the field with a 3.3 second lead. Final lap, Falcon Smith clears the 5.55 of Keegan Brown. So Keegan back to 5th. Falcon trying to make one last ditch effort here at the tail of this race. Justin Brown comes home the victor. As Robbie Milburn will be second. Jaden Sheehan, Falcon Smith. That'll be your third,
and here
fourth.
come the fireworks again.
Yeah, fireworks are back. Fireworks are back, everybody. There they are. Here's your race results. It was a good race. And it got spread out. Justin Brown from the back to the front taking the UL Challenge. As Robbie Milburn finishing in second. Jaden Sheehan in third. Falcon Smith in fourth. Keegan Brown in fifth. Michael Strickland in sixth. Robert Church in seventh. Connor Hazel in eighth. Nick Klosterman in ninth. Stephen Laskowski, Brad Dove, Wesley Street. All the way at the end of that one. Wesley didn't have the start that he needed. It's unfortunate. Unfortunate. He's going to get stuck in the fence. He's going to try to back it up. I forget you can... Oh, yeah, he's stuck. Don't get stuck. Hey. All right. I appreciate everybody. Thank you to Geomax for putting up with these guys. You got it, dude. I love it. It's a tale of two tapes. Yeah. Let me see. Let me look. Baji, the person that you sent, go ahead and that you sent me a message for, go ahead and ban them. It'll be easier. I looked at their statistics. They have 147,000 followers, but I think it's all bot because they only have 52 subs. With 147,000 followers, 52 subs is really... It's really interesting. You know what I mean? No. I would rather them just not. If they follow me, I'd rather lose the follower. You know, that's how it goes. Anyway, let's talk to some drivers. First will be Justin Brown, who takes the UL Challenge and spanks the field. It's pretty much how it looked.
What's up?
Yeah,
that was a good race.
You won.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Whenever you started talking, I didn't hear half of it. I don't know why Discord being stupid for me. Yeah, it was pretty good. I wasn't sure if I was going to do the EOL challenge. I kind of made up my mind a few weeks ago that I was probably going to stop doing them just because they haven't worked out. But I decided to go ahead and do it because I figured the bottom would be there and nobody else would be running it. And I was right. I just, when the bottom's at Knoxville, that's where I'm at and that's where I'm best. And it worked out for me.
Slider, talk about the slider in Heat 1. It was a close call there with
Yeah.
you and I mean, who it was now.
I think it was Connor.
Yeah.
I think it was Connor. The line for qualifying, and it's always like this when the track's somewhat fresh or barely worked in, you run with your left tires on the berm in the moisture, full throttle, and then you just slide up mid-corner all the way up to the moisture again, and you just don't lift the whole corner. That's once I did that cut down on Falcon and got below him, and I think we were 3 wide down the straightaway. I pulled that. I just said, screw it. I'm just going to run it, and hopefully I don't hit nobody. And I just stuck with it as much as I could, so I didn't end up hitting nobody, and it worked out. Luckily, if Connor would have got a little bit more of a run, it'd been a bit of an issue, I'm sure. But it all worked out. They just kind of balling up a little bit on the heat, kind of made it easy for me to get by them. And then just kind of try to see if I can sneak away with it after that.
Nothing wrong with it. Knoxville's a good racetrack. I was telling everybody earlier that I kind of agree with everybody. I'd like to see, maybe some, how do I put it? Some short tracks with these cars.
Yeah, I enjoy the short tracks. I'm not usually the best on the big tracks, especially because most of the big tracks don't race that well. Knoxville can. It just, you got to really get it slicked off and get multiple lanes. And once you get to that point, it'll move around a bunch. But I really enjoy the short tracks. I'm more of a short track person, but some short tracks are just around the wall, and that's when I struggle. When they have a bottom, they're good. And that's where I enjoy racing. I would like to see some more short tracks, though, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, I agree. But I also, everything that's been here, I've enjoyed. So, I did give setup shops a little crap earlier, though. I think everybody's, the setups are good. But I was like, for a track like this, a fixed setup would be good because it'd keep the racing close, and then it'd be about the driver more so. But then I look at the top 5 of you guys, and you guys run the same setup from Metro C, and and it kind of is that same way, but it's a variable that is there. We all want to support our iRacing fam, right? But at the same time, I'm like, it'd be kind of cool to see a track like this run fixed. That was my point. Yeah, it's my opinion. You know what I mean?
I don't blame you. I mean, I enjoy fix up racing. I don't do a ton of it. When I do race them, I do enjoy them. It just takes away having the fastest setup, and a lot of people say the setups are all the same. They're not. It's tailored to driving style. So if you have a setup that fits your driving style, you'll be much faster than you would be on any of the other setups that don't fit it. But if you're on a fixed setup, then it's just down to your driver, and it doesn't matter anything else. And it makes it a little bit more of a challenge. Like, I've had some of my best races I've ever had have been on fixed setup races, fixed setup hosted. Some of the most fun I've ever had has been fixed setup stuff. The open setup stuff adds a little bit to it to make it to where you can kind of customize for your field, but at the same time, the fixed setup stuff is honestly where it's at in my opinion. It's pretty good. I do like that it's fixed setup races on this track, Volusia, or like this track and Volusia are where I've had the most fun races ever on fixed setup supers or pros. So I do agree with you there. I wish we would. I wouldn't mind if they just go to a fixed setup league. My teammates might not like that, but I would. I don't mind it. Robbie, he had his own league. He used to do fixed setup. I enjoyed that. He swapped it to open setup this year. I didn't like it that much, but also kind of sucked for the first couple of races and didn't make them all. So I think the fixed setup makes it to where it's a lot more tighter competition, and I enjoy that.
See, that was all I was saying earlier. So just everybody hold your horses. Remember, it's just an opinion. Okay. Nicole, Dead Roses, thank you very much, dear. I appreciate you. You keep sending those bits, even if it's at the beginning of the stream, okay? Even though it was just bad timing on my end. It's on yours. We're good. I promise. But yeah, this was good, man. There was seemingly no real big issues tonight. The track ran as good as you could ask for, I think.
Oh yeah, the track worked out pretty good. I knew there was going to be a bottom because a lot of these guys, like, it's not easy to run the bottom when there's a slick line right off the berm.
Mm-hmm.
You got to really tuck in and barely touch the berm. You can somewhat lift your left front up, but it will make you get a little sideways. And if you're just a little bit too off of it, you'll slide up and you won't have that grip on exit. And you got to really be careful. Usually, I have to use a ton of brake on entry and sometimes mid corner to stick the bottom. I don't know what they did with the setups this season, but the setup just rolled that bottom not like crazy, and I could just hit it so well. Granted, I was watching the Show Me 100 stream while I was doing that, so every now and then I'd mess up, hit the berm, because I'm looking over every now and then down the straightaways.
Or hit the wall.
But yeah, I almost did that a couple times. But
I was like,
but it was pretty good though.
Yeah, no, it's a fun race. There's so many things to be said about this league, and it's a holiday weekend. Everybody's going to be taking their time off, and it's good to see everybody putting the time and energy in. I gave Jaden. I'm glad he was able to get the hard charger coming up forward, but boy, did he send the corner. If you had words of advice about hitting the berm faster than what you should have for Jaden, what would you say to him? Because I want to talk to him.
Hey, I've done it myself too. It happens, but I told him in the heat. Because I got up for his heat and I came back, and right after I came back, the concert was starting. I noticed he finished last. And I was like, well, what did you do? And he's like, well, I threw a slider and it didn't cut down. I'm like, okay, I look back. I'm like, okay, you hit the berm. It was a terrible slider. You pushed up and you were probably 30 miles an hour slower. He ain't going to cut down. And I'm like, that's on you, but it happens. I've done it before. A lot of people do it. As long as you're not jumping that berm, I'd say it wasn't that bad. But some people turn in so early, they catch air. Like all four tires catch air.
He did catch air. That's what I'm saying.
But some of them, I'm telling you, they'll jump over another car.
Oh yeah, he didn't jump over.
Like that's whenever they're throwing it away too early, and they're doing that on purpose.
I was like, man, and then I know he had to be making some adjustments in the consi. So, but nonetheless, where are we at next week? I don't even know.
I don't know. I can look. I just had it up earlier.
I'm looking.
We are at Huset's Midgets next week.
Woohoo!
That ought to be interesting. I haven't raced a midget to that track yet, so that ought to be interesting.
It's a tiny track. So, but hey, then we're going
it's a good track for them.
Yeah, we're gonna go to the Diamond Dirt track after that. That's what I'll be excited for. So
that I'm excited for that as well.
It's
well, if I could have got off, I wouldn't have been here tonight. I was going to be at Lucas. My dad and my niece and nephew are there right now, but I couldn't get off for Sunday night, so so I wouldn't have made it back in time for the race to go to work. So I just didn't go. Next year I'll make it though, 100%.
Yeah, Jess's family has a lot of stake at the Diamond Bar down there, and so like families involved with Lucas Oil, so we try to make sure that we support that track as much as possible. I mean, we live right next to Lake Ozark Speedway. We watch World of Outlaws every year, but it's something about I-55 and Peevely and just some of the bigger name tracks that run some of the bigger name races. We watched the SRX Championship a couple of years ago at Lucas Oil, and it was incredible.
Yeah, I'm telling you, that is such a nice track. I enjoyed it the one year I went last year. That was a lot of fun. The track is immaculate. Like, it's just such a good facility. Mm-hmm. You don't see that much at dirt tracks. Like, granted, I haven't been to many of the big tracks, but that's definitely number one on the list so far that I've been to. Most of the local tracks, they're just look like they're run down like crazy sometimes. That place is nice. Now, there's a track here in Louisiana that was an asphalt track for years that they put dirt on a couple years ago. It was a country singer. I can't remember his name now. I'm having a brain fart. He kind of helped fund it, and it's called Dirt on the Rev. World of Outlaws ran it a couple years ago when they had it open. They took the dirt off, made it asphalt again. Well, they brought the dirt back this season, and they're racing there now. And I think the World of Outlaws is planning on going there later this year, I'm sure. I have to go for that. That track, it ain't quite up to the standard of Lucas Oil, but it's definitely the best facility, like the nicest facility in Louisiana. And a whole lot of them in Louisiana these days, anyways.
I know, and that's.
I wish I could see more dirt tracks.
It sucks. Yeah, local dirt tracks. Folks, support your local dirt tracks.
Absolutely. They're finding, they're coming harder and harder to come by.
Yep. It's insane. All right, Justin, give shots, man. You get a victory here. I know you were trying to chip away at some of those points, and tonight was a good way to do it.
Yeah, I don't know if I have the time for. Well, I might. There's still like 7 more weeks. I mean, I might be able to chip away and get a top 5 or something in the series, but we'll see. But big shout out to everybody at Chop Shop the Pussies on. Big shout out to everybody at CFM. They come out with some great stuff, and they've just started off with the nice car stuff. So we're gonna see if we can use some of them every now and then. But they're doing a lot of killer stuff, and they're doing a great job. That's why they're the top shop, one of the top shops in the whole iRacing world. Everybody that puts these on, everybody at Warrior, having fun with them. They're all going to good guys. They did good. I'm glad I didn't get in any contact with Robbie. I was making sure if I got ahead of him, I had to run away, so I didn't have a chance of that. But everybody that supports me, and that's about it. Hold on.
All right. Well, I appreciate it. I appreciate you. I know you got things going on in the background, but we appreciate you, man. Congratulations on the victory. We'll see you next week. Enjoy your Memorial Day.
All right, you too, man. Appreciate it.
It's Justin Brown. Keep it on. P number 1 today. P2 is going to be Robbie. Keep it on P2 tonight. Mr. Milburn, how are you doing, sir? Robbie, are you there? Robbie. Am I having issues here? Okay, we'll throw him down there. Who's Jaden Sheehan was 3rd. Let's talk to Jaden. Jaden, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I was just trying to figure out what was going on. Robbie must have stepped away for a moment.
That's very likely.
It happens. P3 tonight. Our Charger heat race didn't go quite like you planned. Caught some air. Caught a driver. I was talking to Justin about it. He's like, we all do it. Everybody's done it. Just turn it down hard, that kind of thing, so on and so forth. And but what a wild ride it was. What were you working on in the consi? Because you kind of just kind of rode and didn't really try to do anything with the setup. Were you just trying to find your groove?
Essentially, yeah, I definitely stepped on it whenever I hit that berm, but I definitely thought the car behind me was going to be able to turn down and drive around me, and that way we both could continue on. But, I kind of just parked it right on him, which I definitely feel bad for, because I was just kind of battling the car and the corner. I misjudged the berm pretty much all night, even through practice and whatnot. But as going through, I knew I was done for the heat. And the consi, I kind of ran into a little bit of a roadblock early on. I had 2 cars side by side right in front of me, and I couldn't really make a drastic move. And by then, the 2 lead cars were kind of already out there. So I wasn't going to push it harder and wreck the car again. So I was just trying to find my groove up top. That way I can set myself up for the feature and kind of know where I would like to be and see if that was the line early on, or maybe if I needed to switch a lane and maybe run like a cut down or a slider, or just stay down on the bottom berm, which I ended up doing out throughout the feature. And once I was able to get kind of through traffic, and that bottom really definitely came in. I try to follow Justin through the field, but he's able to make the move when he needs to make it, and then I end up getting woed up kind of in traffic, and I can't follow that footstep, and I can't follow it exactly because he definitely has a little bit better of throttle control, throttle response. And throughout the race, I was just trying to keep the car lower than everybody. I wasn't trying to slide up, but the car just kind of kept gradually getting in people's way, and that's not what I was trying to do. I wasn't trying to block people or kind of screw them over, because I know everybody races just as hard every single night, and they come here and they want to do just as good. But was able to figure it out, stayed fairly clean, and then was able to just kind of find my way into 3rd. I cut Keegan off. I feel bad for cutting Keegan off. I definitely parked it on him a little bit, but I drove off the corner, cut in front of him. Car went nowhere. He just kind of drove up under me, and then I cut it into the corner, which I think screwed him going into either 1 and 2. I think it was 1 and 2. when him and I believe it was Klosterman or Falcon were battling behind me, and I know he was coming fast and he was coming hard towards the end there, so I had to stick what I needed to stick then.
I mean, you did. It was pretty awesome to watch. It was pretty awesome to see. There's a lot of things that we try to make sure that we just keep looking at, right? And each is what the track's going to do and what the car's going to be able to handle. Hey, but one thing I did see tonight is that nobody's wing got ripped off for no reason.
Yeah, and I mean the car's definitely handled really well. Towards the end of the race there, we'd seen somebody on the infield in 1 and 2, and we seen them disappear, and we were like, who is that? We thought the caution was going to come out then, but luckily it didn't, and we just kind of kept green. And I kind of wish we had a late race caution, kind of bunch us up right before single file restarts, and I wish we would have been able to fight it out that way, because those races are fun, where we're able to come down to the wire, late race caution, everybody stacked up, everybody feels the hunger, the drive, like someone's gonna make a move, whether it be big or stupid, and right. I'm kind of right in the middle of that, so
I mean, I get it. There's a lot to be said for all of it. But outside of that, it was a pretty nice night. And pretty easy. Pretty. How do I put this? It was just genuinely a simple race, and it worked out. Congratulations, P3 finish. I know that we'll see you soon.
Of course, and I plan on being back at the front. I just got to get Justin to make that mistake again, and he about did it. He about did it again. I seen him kind of bobble up front. He was just in his groove, and every time we hit those marks, you can't be 100% consistent all the time. But definitely got a shout out to Warrior Racing, Warrior Wraps, Majula Sea Speed Shop, Sweet Victory Apparel Co., and Racing Boys and Signature for the amazing work that they do.
Tonight I was full of opinions. That's what it was. That's it. So we appreciate you, man. We'll see you soon.
Yes, sir. See you next week.
That's Jade Sheehan coming on P3 tonight. Last but not least, Robbie had to fix his mic, but he's back and he's got a P2 finish. Other than Justin to hit a wall and stop or watch more of the race, what'd you need?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Perfect.
Yeah.
Loud and clear. Perfect. Yeah, I was in here hollering. I'm like, man, what's going on? And then I got moved down. I'm like, can you guys hear me? And they're like, oh, he's away from keyboard. I'm like, no, I'm not.
I didn't know. I was like,
I didn't either. It's weird because I was just talking to them and then I didn't move or change anything.
Yeah, I pulled you.
But anyway,
but I couldn't hear you, and I was like, hello. I didn't do the McFly thing yet, so. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah. I'll be honest. Knoxville, I'm usually just trash at. Like, I'm not a fan of Knoxville. It's always been one of my weaker tracks. And we're talking in our Discord. The only time I'm worth a crap at Knoxville is when it goes high. It did not go high. Not high enough, at least. And I tried every line I could. Then eventually I'm like, oh, my tires are gone. I might as well just chill and just drive for a while. And by that point, he was a mile ahead. So he was just running the bottom and killing it. So not really a whole lot I could have done without there being yellow. And even with the yellow, we might have been able to battle. But probably would have wrecked each other like we always do.
I said that earlier too. I was like, the drivers that do what they can to keep, how do I say this? Keep to keep themselves clean. You guys race each other hard, and you guys are the drivers that take each other out more than anybody. And it's because you guys race each other so hard, right? At least that's what I see.
Yeah, we raced it just pretty hard, and I think the two instances, one was just kind of he slipped up, I hit the gap, and then he came down and bounced off the wall, and the other one was he just threw a slider because he saw that I lost some momentum, and then he didn't really even take me out because he cleared it but he just hit the wall and then bounced off. And iRacing said, "I'll take your spoiler now," and then I just couldn't do anything.
yeah.
I would have been better off if it wrecked me actually, because I could have got a quick repair and I probably could have climbed through the field. But
Right.
yeah, it's what it is. I mean, you'll have it. It's just hard racing.
Oh, for sure. And like I said, there's more to there's more to racing than just those what we say the major things are. A lot of things that happen when it comes to contact are minor. But I did say to Jaden that there was no wing was ripped off accidentally tonight.
Yeah, that's a plus.
Go ahead.
I know one guy was like, just an example, he was starting on the pole. I think the guy starting on a pole in our feature. He said, "I know you guys are faster, just don't run me over." I said, "I'm not going to try. I'll do my best." And we were able to race for a few laps, and it was pretty good there. And then I think he got taken out later in the race. So I guess not everyone heard his message.
I mean,
It wasn't me though.
but it wasn't you. That's oh, it's terrible. Anyway, it's terrible. We're horrible people. No, it was a good race. It was honestly a lot of fun to watch this track. I had the discussion earlier about fixed or open setups. I like the fixed setups, but we constantly see the support for the open setups. In your opinion, on a track like Knoxville, is it better to have a fixed setup or an open setup?
I think it depends what setup you use, because some of the setups that iRacing have are. Well, here's how I see it. I've been racing fixed here and there. The regular fixed 40 lap super late model setups, they are terrible, absolutely terrible.
Right.
They're very drivable, but they're very loose. So I think a lot of the guys that struggle with the tightness of open might feel better in those, but we'd be much slower, and frankly, I don't think you could hit marks as well. The DLMT, which is the Dirt Late Model Tour, that's probably my favorite official series in the sim right now, because those sets are so good, literally from qualifying through 100 laps. So if we could use those, because if I know there's a league coming up pretty soon where they're going to do that and use the tour sets, those are very good. But no, it's weird, because I know some people. Well, I've raced with some guys that I'm like, I can't touch them in a fixed set, and then open they could be on the same set as me, and they just struggle. So it's kind of weird, because you can say, oh, he's a better driver because he wins in fixed before on the same set, and it's basically fixed again, but the fixed setup fits him better than it does me. And I think it's kind of a here versus there, blah blah blah. But I don't know. Either or. But really, it just comes down to if you're driving a set that fits your style or you like it and open and fix, figuring out how to adjust your driving to get where you want to be.
Yeah, I could see it. Yeah, outside of that, man, this was a good race. It was nice and easy, nice and fun. So, yeah, man, give you shout outs. It was a good race.
Yeah, pretty good race. I do hate the fact that whenever I'm leading, there's yellow after yellow. Whenever Justin's leading, we just go green. That's some bull crap. But also, I've been a bad boy, and I'm currently suspended from officials right now. I finally get free tomorrow.
Oh, no.
However, while I did break a rule, I didn't even know it was a rule. And I didn't know it'd be so severe of a punishment, because I've not been protesting forever. So apparently, if you get destroyed in a wreck and you slow down to bring out a yellow so you can go into the pits, you get suspended.
Oh, no.
Seems a little severe to me, considering I haven't been protested probably a year. But I did do the crime, so I did the time.
Wow.
So read that sporting code, everybody.
Yeah, definitely read the sporting code. You're kidding me.
No.
I mean,
No. It was in the dirt tour that I mentioned, and I know who it was because he was telling me about it during the race. I'm like, whatever. And then I came back from a long weekend. I'm like, okay, I'll race some, and then it's like it won't let me enter, and I'm like, oh no. So I checked my email, and it's like, we regret to inform you you're protested for bringing out intentional cautions to repair your car, and you'll be suspended for 1 week. Your suspension will be lifted. I think it's tomorrow at 6. So we're about to get after it tomorrow. But they did mention, do not make any other profiles or run any other profiles to avoid this. Otherwise, they could face suspension as well. Because I have 2 accounts. So I'm like, well, I guess I can't run that one either.
Yeah.
So I didn't, but we made it. I'm free tomorrow.
Good. Good. Now you get the chance to. Why, that's just crazy. that is kind of crazy.
I'm not gonna lie, like it's probably the longest I've went without running a super late model in like years. Because I'm like, well, I'll take advantage of this and I'll just do everything else that I put off so I can spend some time on iRacing. So I'll just mow the yard, spend more time with the family, do this, do that, get the honey-do list done. So whenever it's done, I can get back to racing. And I got back on earlier. I'm like, oh my gosh, this feels weird. Oh, apparently I'm not one of those people that can just take it off and then come right back on. So note to self, keep my skill sharp, keep running. So
Man.
and that's not a reason that Justin won. He's just better than me, especially at this track. But
Right.
but I mean, it did feel very weird at first.
You know, that's okay, because you'll come back and you'll knock it out. It'll be fun to watch.
Yeah, and if anyone from iRacing is listening, I don't agree with the rule, but I'm sorry that I broke it.
He's sorry. Let him back early. I mean, we could technically. No, we're not going to throw that around. All right, brother. we're good. We're not gonna. All right, man. Congratulations, of course. There's a lot to a lot of races still left this season, and you guys will definitely have some fun. So, but be good, and we'll chat at you later. Oh, give shout outs. Definitely give your shout outs. Yeah, do that thing.
Okay. Well, shout out to iRacing for
Yes.
It really allowed me to get some things done around my house. And then, of course, I enjoy racing with everyone in this league. Like, no one tries to do anything dirty. Everyone does their best to keep it clean. And that goes from the guy in first to the guy in the back. Everyone just does their best, and I appreciate that. There's no yelling and screaming usually, and it's a good time. So, yep. I think I gained a few points, so that's good too. But as far as shout outs, you shout out to Warrior Racing, Majula C setups. They were all pretty good today, and it was fun hanging out with the Warrior guys. Thanks to all the guys at Chop Shop that put these races on. One of these days, I'll actually make time to get in an Asphalt series full time because I just enjoy the league. And then, of course, thank you for broadcasting, and I always enjoy going back and watching it unless I get wrecked late, and then I don't.
The honesty is real. Appreciate you, man. Thank you very much. And go and have some fun.
Yeah, so you have a good one.
You too. That is Robbie Milburn. He comes home P2 tonight, folks, and you got to appreciate it. You really do. But anyway, it was a good race. Thank you, folks, for being out there. Enjoy your Memorial Day. RB fixed setup kind of guy. Steven says that's crap. You've seen people get away with a lot more than that. Exactly. Dan said 200 stars. I heard that earlier. Thank you, Dan, for the 200 stars, sir. You're absolutely a legend. Awesome broadcast. Thank you, sir. Thank you for the 200 stars. You're amazing. And thank you all very much for just being awesome, being killer people. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. If you get a chance this weekend, and you have 5M, make sure you jump on our 5M server, Signature RP. You have to join our Signature RP Discord to be able to do so. But outside of that, we're gonna take this weekend for Memorial Day and use it like we're supposed to. So, y'all be safe, be good, be kind. We'll see you soon. Thank you, budget.